from different places, different paths, different spaces, bringing so many questions, bringing our pain. We come from different families. Each of us has a story. Stumbling into the light, I see people like you and me. In this room, we listen to the truth that sets us free. In this room, we open our hearts and we can clearly see how the path has brought us all right here. We're safe, we're strong, our friends are near. And there is nothing left to fear, 'cause we're home in this room. In this room, we value complete acceptance of who we are. In this room, we walk towards complete forgiveness. In this room, we learn. The learning never ends. And we can choose anytime we want to begin again. In this room, we listen to the truth that sets us free. In this room, we open our hearts and we can clearly see how the path has brought us all right here. We're safe, we're strong, our friends are near. And there is nothing left to fear, 'cause we're home in this room. In this room, there's gold dust in the air. In this room, possibility torn. In this room, a new way of being together is being born. In this room, we listen to the truth that sets us free. In this room, we open our hearts and we can clearly see how the path has brought us all right here. We're safe, we're strong, our friends are near. And there is nothing left to fear, 'cause we're home in this room. In this room, we open our hearts. In this room, we grow together. In this room, we accept one another. In this room, and we learn to We all come from different places, different paths, different spaces, bringing so many questions, bringing our pain. We come from different families. Each of us has a story. Stumbling into the light, I see people like you and me. In this room, we listen to the truth that sets us free. In this room, we open our hearts and we can clearly see how the path has brought us all right here. We're safe, we're strong, our friends are near. And there is nothing left to fear, 'cause we're home in this room. In this room, we value complete acceptance of who we are. In this room, we walk towards complete forgiveness. In this room, we learn. The learning never ends. And we can choose anytime we want to begin again.
So I'm wearing several hats this morning, so if you see the minister running around appearing to be crazy, the running around is accurate. The crazy is up for discussion. So we have 2 cards. I'm going to start with getting 2 cards started going around the room. One is for Nancy and Neil Rosenberg. Neil is hospitalized with a heart attack, and the other is for Jerice, whose mother passed away. So get those headed around the room, and I will take care of them, getting them to folks. Okay, so things have changed because life is doing life, and so Jamie and the band are not with us today, but we are blessed with Clint, who will be doing our specials. Yeah.
Rock on, brother.
There we go.
Let's go.
He's quite accomplished. You will enjoy, I promise. So I invite you to stand, sit, whatever suits you, and let's do our first community song, World Didn't Give It to Me. Here we go. That I have, the world didn't give it to me. joy that I have. The world didn't give it to me. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. The world didn't give it, the world can't take it away. This love that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This love that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This love that I have, the world didn't give it to me. The world didn't give it, the world can't take it away. This peace that I have, this peace that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This peace that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This peace that I have, the world didn't give it to me. The world didn't give it, the world can't take it away. Okay, this time it's that I am. This joy that I am, own it. The world didn't give it to me. This joy that I am, the world didn't give it to me. This joy that I am, the world didn't give it to me. The world didn't give it, the world can't take it away. This love that I am, this love that I am, the world didn't give it to me. This love that I am, the world didn't give it to me. This love that I am, the world didn't give it to me. The world didn't give it, the world can't take it away. This peace that I am, this peace that I am, the world didn't give it to me. This peace that I am, the world didn't give it to me. This peace that I am, the world didn't give it to me. The world didn't give it, the world can't take it away. Get really clear. The world didn't give it, the world can't take it away. The world didn't give it, the world can't take it away. Woo. Good morning, good morning. All right, so I'm going to turn this over to Mr. Amon.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
I am Amon James. I am a member here and a practitioner here. And welcome to our Sunday celebration. Whether you're here in person or joining us virtually, we would greatly appreciate it if you'd help us bring more of us together in spiritual community by sharing this live stream on whatever social media platforms you use, if it's convenient for you. Thank you. If this is your first time experiencing Columbia Center for Spiritual Living, welcome. We want you to know that whoever you are, whatever spiritual path you are on, you are welcome here, and you are celebrated here. Welcome. Now, come on, let's reaffirm who we are and what we're about. And you can join me in saying these statements if you wish. Our vision. Our vision is contributing to a world that works for everyone. We are a diverse community of belonging and growth, sharing the light and joy within ourselves while learning to see it in others. We are a welcoming, inclusive spiritual community where everyone can be seen and heard. We lovingly practice the principles of science of mind in the world. Now, here are a few ways that you can connect with and engage in spiritual community. We have our spiritual support ministry offerings, 365 days of richer living, reading, meditation, and prayer daily at 6 a.m. Eastern Time. We have just for today, eclectic readings, interactive discussions, meditation, and prayer on Tuesday through Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. We've got our town hall gathering this Wednesday, July 23rd at 7 p.m. via Zoom. Please join us because your interactions and your input are very welcome and valued at that town hall meeting. So, join us to receive updates, share your ideas, and partner in the evolution of our spiritual community. We gather via Zoom to ensure the inclusion of all community members, regardless of physical location. And then visioning for our center. This Thursday, July 24th at 2:30 p.m., in person at the home of Gary and Sylvia Hartnett in Annapolis. You can email deborah.aslove@gmail.com for more information. All are welcome. We're going to join in the Lakefront Pride in July, Saturday, July 26th from 6 to 9 p.m. You're invited to an unforgettable celebration of love, community, and togetherness at Columbia Association's first ever Pride in July partnership, in partnership with Howard County PFLAG at Columbia Lakefront Stage, located at 10275 Wincopin Circle, Columbia, Maryland. Registration is required. If you are aware of any local or online community events that you believe support spiritual living, please email the information to info@columbiacsl.com or text it to 410-750-8559. Remember, you can get all of this information in detail by checking out our website calendar at columbiacsl.com/events. You can email any questions you have to info@columbiacsl.com, or you can call or text our office at 410-750-8559. Now, are you the missing piece? There are numerous Sunday service opportunities for our video tech team, for our audio tech team, for our welcome team, for our hospitality team, for our readers, and our host. There are sign-up sheets on the welcome table. Please take a look and sign up to serve your community. So, speaking of engagement, we come together on Sundays to celebrate life. So let's go get with it with our next community song. Come on, Rafe. Let go of the shore.
All right. So this is where we start our journey inward. And so I invite you to just sink in and really, as you sing this, let it move you inward away from the shore. I found a perfect meme. I love Facebook. I know some people despise it, but I found a meme this week that made it all make perfect sense. Looking for consciousness in the brain is like looking into the radio for the announcer. Right?
Excellent.
There it is. So, let go of the shore and go into the mystery. Here we go. All right. So we're doing things a little bit different today because Frank is actually in town, so he's going to be the runner this morning while we explore our community value of kindness. So how are you practicing kindness? There's no wrong way to practice kindness, for the record. That's okay. We're going to ask you to use the microphone so the online folks can hear you.
Showing up and being present.
Excellent. Thank you. Who else? Here we go. Up here. Frank. Amen.
By freely offering smiles and greetings whenever I encounter people.
There you go. Who else? See,
Well,
once
I
we get
offered
it
my
started,
seat to someone else.
offering my seat to someone else. There you go. Acts of kindness.
By not giving in to complaints, rather seeing the positive and the good in things
There we go.
and in people.
Excellent. And then we got Dale up here.
Being a good listener and be present with the person without, just hear what they're saying to you and just be a good listener.
Beautiful, thank you. We got Dale up here.
Letting somebody know that you would like to connect with them, and then showing up with the pleasure of seeing who they are.
Nice. We got Deborah in the back corner over there, Frank.
Practicing kindness by being clear in communication versus being nice. That's kind.
It's a lot of real estate between nice and kind. That's a whole talk into itself. Here's the short version, because the feminist in me just has to recognize this. Men are not taught to be nice. Women are taught to be nice, which is social code for don't have your own thoughts and don't say them out loud. And it's not okay. Be kind. Let go of being nice. Just be kind.
So I think that it is good we be nice, kind first to ourselves.
Yes.
So practice it with ourselves first and be our authentic self in order to show kindness to others.
Absolutely. I'll wrap it up. Did you get something? No. Okay. I'll wrap it up with this. If our inner critic is the loudest voice inside of us, it will be really hard to be kind to anyone else because we're being brutal to ourselves. So the first step, yes, let's heal that inner critic. And my experience is the more kind I am to my inner critic, the less it has to say because it thrives on the argument. When I'm kind to it, it's like really confused. It's just a tape recording of other people's stuff. All right. Okay. We have that mic back, Frank. So, I'm going to let you, yeah. That was ministerial speak for just stand right there. So we're both going to do the talk today. And we wish we knew what we were going to say, but we really don't. Because we're just living on the edge with everything else. So I'm going to let Frank spin the wheel and see what we're going to add to the talk. How do I love in the midst of hate? So we're going to talk about the seventh tradition that we should be fully self-supporting, declining outside contributions, and we're going to contextualize that with how we love in the midst of hate. And we're going to take time to meditate on that to find out what we're actually going to say. All right. And so Zita's coming to be our reader, and I'm going to go back to the soundboard.
Whoops. Our founder, Reverend Dr. Ernest Holmes, was a dedicated study and a great synthesizer, identifying the common and connecting threads within the various religions, philosophies, and ancient wisdom teachings of the world. Science of mind is the synthesis of Ernest Holmes' lifetime of study. Let us breathe together as we light a candle honoring some of those faith traditions. As we light the first candle, we honor Christianity as a path of love and forgiveness. As we light the second candle, we honor Buddhism as a path of compassion and four noble truths. As we light the third candle, we honor Judaism as a path of ethical living through sacred law. As we light the fourth candle, we honor Baha'i as a path of unity and peace. As we light the fifth candle, we honor Islam as a path of surrendering to the will of God as the highest calling. As we light the sixth candle, we honor Confucianism as a path of deliberate tradition. As we light the seventh candle, we honor Taoism as a path of harmony and balance. As we light the eighth candle, we honor all indigenous peoples' traditions as paths that recognize and honor spirit in all of creation. As we light the ninth candle, we honor Shintoism as a path of optimism and the inherent goodness of humanity. As we light the 10th candle, we honor Hinduism as a path of knowledge, action, and devotion. As we light the 11th candle, we honor Akan as a path that honors the divine, ancestors, and nature. As we light the 12th candle, we honor all New Thought philosophies as a path of adherence to universal spiritual principles of love and law. As we light the final candle, we honor the multiplicity and diversity within the wholeness of creation as sacred. Namaste, my beloveds. Our sacred reading this morning comes from Self-Reliance by Ralph Waldo Emerson. Can't say Ralph's name clearly this morning. It is only as a man puts himself, It is only as a man puts off from himself all external support and stands alone that I see him to be strong and to prevail. He is weaker by every recruit to his banner. Is not a man better than a town? Ask nothing of men, and in the endless mutation, thou only firm column must presently appear, the upholder of all that surrounds thee. He who knows that power is in the soul, that he is weak only because he has looked for good out of him and elsewhere, and so perceiving, throws himself unhesitatingly on his thought, instantly rights himself, stands in the erect position, commands his limbs, works miracles. Just as a man who stands on his feet is stronger than a man who stands on his head. So use all that is called fortune. Most men gamble with her and gain all and lose all as her wheel rolls. But do thou leave as unlawful these winnings and deal with cause and effect the chancellors of God. In the will, work and acquire, and thou hast chained the wheel of chance, and shalt always drag her after thee. A political victory, a rise of rents, the recovery of your sick, or the return of your absent friend, or some other quite external event raises your spirits, and you think good days are preparing for you. Do not believe it. It can never be so. Nothing can bring you peace but yourself. Nothing can bring you peace but the triumph of principle.
In the silence there is peace. In the silence there is unspoken joy. In the silence there's release from a world full of chaos and noise. So I wait for these precious moments when I hear all that could never be said, and right here in this holy silence I find God, I find myself. So I wait for these precious moments when I hear all that could never be said, and right here in this holy silence I find God, I find God, I find myself.
There is one life. This life all derives from the one universal energy that is the sum and the substance of all that is in existence. And we call this one life many things. We call it God. We call it the universe. We call it Allah. But it doesn't matter the name we use. It's about just the knowing that I am one with this life. It is that which moves through every cell of my being. It is that which forms every cell of my being. It is that which is all that I am. And as this is true for me, it is true for each of the people that I have before me. Every member of this congregation, virtual and alive, every member of our families, they are all formed from this one life. And I know this one life is love and peace and power and prosperity and abundance and wisdom. And this is what we are too. And knowing this, what I declare is that we allow this one life to move through us in a way that it empowers us and enriches us, that heals us and that rejoices with us and through us. And I know that this one life now comes in through this service and speaks through Reverend Rafe and all those involved to bring a message of enlightenment and encouragement and strength. This one life moves through us as we leave this place to be a light in our communities, in our homes, in our families, in this world. And I am so grateful for the harmony that is created in this place, that is manifested in this place, and that leaves this place to touch and imbue the world with this divine grace. And so I surrender this word to the law, knowing that it is already done in both mind and form. And I'm so grateful. And I affirm this eternal truth by saying, Ashe, amen, and so it is. And now we have our friend, Clint Hardnett, coming to share with us beautiful music. Thanks, Clint. Thank you.
All right. Good medicine. In a time full of war, be the peace. In a time full of doubt, just believe. There ain't that much difference between you and me. In a time full of war, be the peace. In a world full of hate, be a light. When you do somebody wrong, make it right. Don't hide in the dark. You were born to shine. In a world full of hate, be a light. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. In a place that needs a change, make a difference. In a time full of noise, just listen. 'Cause life is but a breeze, better live it. In a place that needs a change, make a difference. In a world full of hate, be a light. When you do somebody wrong, make it right. Don't hide in the dark. You were born to shine. In a world full of hate, be a light. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Can y'all clap while I do a lead? I want to play a solo. I want to play this guitar. Here. In a race that you can't win, just slow it down. Yeah, you only get one go around. 'Cause the finish line is 6 feet in the ground. In a race that you can't win, just slow it down. In a world full of hate, feel like when you do somebody wrong, make it right. Don't hide in the dark. You were born to shine. In a world full of hate, be a light. Yeah, it's hard to live in color when you just see black and white. In a world full of hate, be a light. All right, thank you.
So I think that answers the question on the wheel. Yeah, right. All right. So, for those of you who don't know, Frank Mastoris. Frank is a licensed practitioner and a ministerial intern. He has passed all of his written exams, and in August he will sit for his licensing panels. And in the meantime, well, school is in session. There's the classroom, and then there's school.
Real life.
So we decided that we were going to jointly do the talk this morning. To get my notes here. Oop, those aren't even it. Okay. Un momento, por favor. There it is. That's about all the Spanish I know.
Oh, so you're going to go work one off that? Okay.
Yeah. So, our overarching theme for the year is still first thing first, and you still get to decide what the first thing is for you. Just know that you can only do one thing first at a time. Right? So we're going through the steps and the traditions and relating them to metaphysics, because they were actually written in metaphysics and applied to Alcoholics Anonymous. So, first 2 weeks we do the steps, second 2 weeks we do the tradition. So today we're starting an exploration of the seventh tradition, which says every, whatever organizational name you plug in there, group ought to be fully self-supporting, declining outside contributions. So how would you reword that?
How would I reword that?
For us.
For us.
Or would you?
May I look at that again for a moment? Please?
Sure.
How would I redefine it? Well, let's see. First off, I would say that I choose not to have Pepsi on the back of my shirt, okay? That's not me. I am a religious scientist, and that's what I practice, and that's what I believe. I don't want to be sponsored by anybody. I want to be able to be independent with who I am and my truth. Emerson, just to share with you, I got the material from Reverend Rafe Thursday night. So bear with me.
And he got a lot of it.
Yes, and as I got it on Thursday, I was driving all day Friday to get home. So in Emerson's Self-Reliance, he talked about the infancy, how our world, I think page 12, as a matter of fact, he said how the world is kind of like an infant. It gets our attention and is constantly screaming for it. Constantly screaming for it. And the reality is when we really come to it, it's about us really being autonomous and knowing who we truly are, truly loving ourselves and truly expressing ourselves. We are one with and inseparable from that thing called God. Individually and collectively, we as a community are one divine expression. One divine expression and independent. And when we come into that awareness that we are independent and that we have everything within us that we need individually, we have everything within us that we need collectively. We're not separate, it's all one. And it's all us. And it's all perfect, even when it appears like it's falling to pieces.
Right.
Even when it's like today, we had multiple issues happen.
Did we?
Well,
I didn't notice.
I walked in, Reverend said, well, this person's not here, that person's not here, this person isn't here, that person's not there. And I looked at him and said, he said, we'll just figure it out. So we figured it out, okay? We have all that we need in us already. And that doesn't mean we don't want to be loved and supported, because we are all loved and supported. But it does mean that we need to stand in our truth authentically. Authentic truth is who we are. And as I'd like to share a little comment about the question, how do we love in the midst of hate? It's a choice. People are always going to criticize us for something. Basically what it comes down to is, you didn't do it my way. When I get any type of criticism, I take it within and I say, is there something I need to learn from this? Or something that I can learn from it? And my response to criticism is either A, I accept it and say I can make a change, or B, I stand in my truth of what I believe. And that's okay.
Yes.
And I'm going to stand in my truth regardless. And I'm going to stand in my truth. Even if somebody doesn't like me, doesn't care for me, doesn't think I'm doing it right, I have to live with myself and God in me. And so do each and every one of you. You got to live with yourself. When you go, at the end of the day, you got to live with yourself and be happy and be true to yourself.
So the consideration comes up for me about the word self. Right? When you hear the word self, the human brain, I suspect, hears someone who is wholly individual and separate. That self is often defined by other. Right? There's myself and there's yourself, but we're different selves. What this tradition is offering us is something greater than that. To understand that there is something bigger than the individual, and that is self-supporting. Right? I offer you this in terms of self-support. Who breathed you last night while you were sleeping? Did you? Did you breathe yourself while you were sleeping last night? No, you did not. There is no part of your brain that was busy breathing you, that was aware that you were even breathing. There is a divine self that sustains us. And this tradition is offering us to understand that that is the self that supports us, not the human self.
Right.
Our reading today, right? And Emerson is not always the easiest to understand, right? But what he's offering us is that all of the things that we attach ourselves to dilute our value. That our value is not found in the stuff we accumulate. Our value is in knowing the self, the divine self.
Absolutely.
Right. So, some of you may know that in his founding of the marches, Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King refused to allow any corporate sponsorships. Any. And the reason for that is because he didn't want to be beholden to any of those sponsorships. Right? So to be fully self-supporting as a human being, right? We get jobs, we go to work, we make a paycheck. That's one level of self-support. As a community, right? Several avenues of self-support as a community came up when we talked about kindness, right? Because kindness is showing up, it's pitching in. There is a thing of, are we a self-supporting community? I know at one point there was a conversation when I first came on board here, there was a conversation about having businesses sponsor a Sunday service. The board may choose to do that somewhere down the road, but it's not something I can get next to, because then who owns the service? This is your service. It's not a business's service. And it begs the question, are we willing to financially support a community we say is important to us? What I've witnessed in 40-some years of 12-step recovery is drunks and junkies that have nothing figure out how to sustain a meeting, how to pay rent on a facility, how to actually manage the money to be self-supporting, to pay for the literature, to pay for the coffee, to take care of what is precious to them. And so that's a part of being self-supporting.
Right.
Through our own contributions. What are some ways that you contribute, Frank, and have over the years?
Well, besides tithing, presence, sometimes sermons, sometimes just loving people when they appear to be unlovable, sometimes sitting with someone when they're grieving. As many of you know, I'm a nurse, so a large part of my time, besides physically taking care of somebody, is sometimes sitting with families when their loved one is dying, or being present at the moment when somebody's on their last breath. Sometimes I'm the person holding the finger in the dike, literally. I have gone to do prayer with people who have passed or are passing. I have gone to being in a class and someone will say something and asking them to clarify or throwing another idea out. Sometimes that's the kindest thing I can do, because I know I have no power to change anybody, nor do I have any desire to change anybody. Everybody's just the way they are. And sometimes the kindest and most loving thing I can do to be supporting is to accept people right where they are. Now, there are moments, a lot of them sometimes, where I grit my teeth. Trust me. Because when I would really like to say something, I just shut my mouth. Because the kindest thing I can do is let people be right where they are.
Mm-hmm.
And because they may or may not experience the consequences of that. And ultimately, I'm not in charge of their life. God in them, as them, is in charge of their life. I just go with the flow.
Do you find it easier to contribute or to ask for support when you need it?
In the past, I would have said contribute. But now it's like, hey, I need help, yeah! No. So it's a balance now. Don't laugh, I'll be calling on y'all. Okay.
So that just, as he was talking, that question came up because it is about the law of reciprocity, right? That we can't just contribute without receiving. I think I've shared this exercise before, but what the heck, let's do it again because it's fun. Everybody who views themselves primarily as a giver, exhale all the air out of your lungs. Go ahead. And everybody that sees themselves as a receiver, inhale. See, eventually you have to do the other, right? Eventually. That gift was a gift of Reverend Maggie Buck in Santa Rosa, California. She walked into Financial Freedom and she said, "Hi, I'm Reverend Maggie Buck. I'm your teacher. Everybody who sees themselves as a giver, exhale. Everybody that sees themselves as a receiver, inhale." And she just walked out of the room. And there we sat, turning blue. And she was gone for like 3 minutes, and she walked back in and she said, "Do you get it?" It's just such a perfect lesson. We have to do both. We have to give and receive. And so a sound community, a self-supporting community, is a balance of both. And to be a fully active participant in community, you get to be both. You get to show up when you're hurting. Too many people in metaphysics, when something goes sideways, they leave the community until it all gets worked out and then they come back. Stop it. That is metaphysical guilt and shame. We are here to support one another. We are in physical form. Things are going to go sideways. We live in a society. Things are going to go sideways. I don't know if you've noticed, but things are a little sideways. No matter what political bent you have, things are kind of wonky, right? How do you love in the midst of hate? Do you know the story about the two wolves? Right, some of you do. It's two wolves, hate and love. And a young man is asking his grandfather, it's an American Indian traditional story. And he's like, which one's going to win? Because I feel like these two wolves are fighting inside of me. And the grandfather simply looks at him and smiles and says, the one you feed. The one you feed.
And you get to make that choice. So are you going to feed your love, or are you going to feed your hate?
Yeah. You don't have to struggle to stop the hate. Just stop feeding it. Right? When there are plants, right? Anybody else in here, house is a place where plants go to die? So it's really quite simple. You take the plant home, set it on the counter, and forget about it. It will die. Right? So the hate is the same way. You have an awareness of it, put it on a shelf, and just forget about it.
Yeah.
Don't try to get rid of it, because every time you try to get rid of it, you're feeding it energy.
Right.
And it will stay alive.
Yeah, when you were talking about the plant, I have to admit, I have the black thumb of death. I look at them and they roll over and die. I could kill a cactus, okay? I admit I have. I've killed cactuses. They're supposed to be the easiest plant on the planet to manage, and I could kill a cactus. Oh, Lord have mercy. So, but the important part of that is, guys, is acknowledging both sides of who we are. We have moments where we love, and moments maybe we're not as loving. And we can be a choice as to how we want to live. I personally want to live in love because it feels really ugly when I'm not feeling really loving. I shouldn't talk about this, but I will. The other day at work, I had a patient who 5 seconds told me everything truly what was going on. 5 seconds later, she's kicking the crap out of me, literally, and pulling out her tracheostomy and trying to pull her feeding tube out, and we're trying to keep her alive, and she kicked me in the gut and laughed at me. At that, it laughed that she got me in the gut with her knee. And I thought about, my first initial thought was in my head was, lady, you want to die. Okay, that was my first thought. And I was a choice. I could either love her or I can hate her. There was a point I actually thought, if I let her take out her tracheostomy and her feeding tube and all that other stuff, she could potentially die. And I made the choice to save her, even though I admit it passed through my head that, maybe I should just let her go. And some of my coworkers were thinking, well, if she codes, maybe we'll go real slow. And I'm like, no, we can't do that, even though we might want to, But we had to make a choice to love. Even in the midst of crazy, you have to love. And it's a choice. A loving choice. Because ultimately we're all one. Whatever I let happen to her, I let happen to myself.
And that's the key, right? That's the key, to understand that the self, there's only one self. There's only one self. And I know, let's just be real. Language and the human experience makes that a little challenging to wrap our brains around, right? Because we grow up as separate selves. I think the trick is, and we'll start wrapping up with this, is to understand the self as our divine identity, not the identity that the world has assigned to us. Not the identity that we have assigned to ourselves in the context of the world, right, but the divine self, and that self is self-supporting. Life gives to itself non-stop. Think about this, right? If there's only one source, there's only one substance, it creates out of itself to express itself, to experience itself. What would happen if even for a moment it stopped giving to itself? Everything would cease to exist. Everything. Because everything is the divine expressing itself. And if it stopped, then all expressions of it stop.
Right.
In a single moment, right? We all slept last night while life lived. Our bodies, while we slept, required nothing of us other than to sleep, to surrender, to be our divine selves. And then we wake up and our brain is waiting for us with all of the things that we're not. Right?
And a slightly different conversation, just a slight parallel turn for you to think about. In dealing with other expressions of this one life, and you got to the end of your life, and you had a chance to review your life, would you say you loved yourself? Or did you say you hated yourself? Just a thought to think about. I think about that because I want to, when I get to the end of this experience of this thing called life in form, I want to say that I loved a lot more to myself than I hated or was angry or bitter. And admittedly, I have stuff that from my past that I could share with you that I could be real bitter about. But I don't want to be that. That's not who I am, and that's not who I want to be. So, are you just willing to love yourself? With all your faults and all your stuff? Are you willing to let other people just be who they are and love them just where they are? Just think about it. Because that's really the self-supporting of it all. We're all one. And in that oneness, we can love each other just the way we are.
And so let's take this into prayer. And let's remember that there is only one substance that is the source of all, unseen, manifest in the seen, unformed, manifest in the form. By whatever name we call it, it is the divine self, individualizing itself, choosing to experience itself as each individualized form of itself. I am that in form, and what is true of me is true of all creation. Every person, place, and thing, the infinite expressing individualized. And so I claim and affirm that we are each awakening to the reality, capital R reality, of our divine self, with the capital S self. And that we are allowing that self to support the human self, to support every relationship, to support every kinship, to be the go-to, to know the truth of our being. And I celebrate the truth that every expression already is whole, perfect, and complete. Beyond behavior, the essence is whole, perfect, and complete. And so I celebrate that the word spoken is the word fulfilled, and I let go of the need to see it because I already know it is. And life, supporting life, will evidence itself as I open to it. And so I let go. I let go of all of the nonsense that says the human me is going to do anything. And instead I surrender to the divine me, allowing my being to guide my doing. And I invite you, if these words resonate at the deepest level of you, as familiar, to own them as your own, as we say together, and so it is. Thank you. Thank you, Brooke.
Thank you, sir.
May I have that birthday?
Thank you for allowing me to join you.
Yeah. Start calling this playtime on Sunday. All right, Mr. Amon, all yours.
Get to the right place. Clinton, you can come on up and get ready as we move into our time of conscious giving. There are several ways to give as we move into this time of conscious giving. You can text the word give to 410-498-6175. You can mail a check to 659 Cog Court, Millersville, Maryland, 21108. You can access our giving portal on our website, columbiacsl.com/donate. And once accessed, you can give a one-time gift or set up a recurring gift. And if you have any challenges, you can please reach out to Reverend Rafe or myself, and we will assist you. I invite you to join me in affirming our community's prosperity. I affirm that the abundance of creation is my abundance. I give freely as creation gives freely to me. I give through this Center for Spiritual Living to ensure its continued availability to all spiritual seekers. Ushers.
Let your soul shine. When you can't find the light to guide you through a cloudy day, when the stars ain't shining bright and you feel like you've lost your way, when the candlelight of home burns so very far away, it's when you gotta let your soul shine. Just like my daddy used to say, he used to say, soul shine, it's better than sunshine, it's better than moonshine, and dang sure better than rain. Hey, now people don't mind, we all feel this way sometimes. You got to let your soul shine, shine till the light of day. Grew up thinking that I had it made and gonna make it on my own. But life can take the strongest man and make him feel so all alone. Sometimes I feel a cold wind blowing through my aching bones. When I think about what my daddy said, he said, boy, in this darkness before the dawn, let your soul shine. It's better than sunshine, it's better than moonshine, and dang sure better than rain. Hey, now people don't mind, we all feel this way sometimes. You gotta let your soul shine, shine till the light of day. Sometimes a man can feel this emptiness, like a woman had robbed him of his very soul. A woman too, y'all know, you can feel like this. Oh, when your world seems cold, you gotta let your spirit take control. Let your soul shine, it's better than sunshine, it's better than moonshine, and dang sure better than rain. Hey, now people don't mind, we all feel this way sometimes. You gotta let your soul shine, shine till the light of day, yeah. Yeah, it's better than sunshine. Dang sure better than moonshine. And dang sure better than rain. Hey, now people don't mind. We all feel this way sometimes. You gotta let your soul shine, shine till the light of day. Yeah, yeah, let your soul shine, shine till the light of day. Well, you gotta let your soul shine, shine till the light of day. All right, thank you. Let it shine, soul shine.
Clint, thank you for blessing us with your music this morning. Appreciate it. We give thanks now for the abundance that is gathered here in this basket, knowing that the hearts that gave it and the minds that shared it are all one with the one, and that we give in love and we give in peace, and it is received in ways that bless this community and bless the world. And for this, we are grateful. And so it is. It's my privilege to thank those who made today's service happen. Again, our musician, Clinton Hardnett. And Reverend Rafe for leading us in all our morning songs. Our video and live stream team, Jesse Dabbs and Zeta Johnson-Betts. Our audio team, Reverend Frank and Reverend Rafe, or soon to be Reverend Frank. Our reader, Zeta Johnson-Betts. Our hospitality team member, Danielle Wong. I'm sorry. Our welcome team member, Sarah Bridgette. Our online engagement team member, Deborah Ellis. Our ushers, Dale and Frank. And Reverend Rafe and Frank for the beautiful message that they shared with us. Thank you. Thank you. And everyone else that assisted in setting up before service, and everyone that will assist in helping us break down after service, right? Okay. And thank each of you for attending. We create this experience for you. Just so you know, prayer support is available. There are several ways to get prayer support. You can request prayer by sending an email to prayer@columbiacsl.com. You can request prayer by completing a prayer request form over by the window and placing it in the basket there on the table. And I will be available to pray with you immediately after service in the lobby behind the screen. So I'm welcome an opportunity to pray with you and support you in any way that you desire. So in that regard, we ask that you please keep socialization here in the sanctuary to reduce noise and increase privacy for those receiving prayer in the lobby area. If you desire spiritual support beyond prayer, some of our licensed practitioners are available to provide you with spiritual guidance and coaching through paid practitioner sessions. Each practitioner sets their own schedule and fees, so reach out to whomever you want to work with. You can access their contact information on the practitioner page on our website under our Leadership tab. And I invite you to just listen as I read our affirmation through once, and then we'll read it out loud together, okay? I give and receive in equal measure. Can we say it together? I give and receive in equal measure. Thank you. Next week, July 27th, we'll wrap up our 2-week exploration of life is self-supporting. Felicia Taylor will be our featured musician. Rev, coming on up. Okay. So I invite you to stand and join me in singing our closing song. Yeah, stand with you.
Joining with you because only one live mic. So here we go. Out into a world of possibility. I'm stepping out into a whole new way to live. There's so much waiting for me. The path is clear before me. I've got so much that I have yet to give. I'm stepping out and I'm committing to integrity. I'm stepping out and releasing every fear and doubt. The road just keeps on turning. At every turn I'm learning what this life is all about. I'm stepping out. I'm stepping out into a whole of possibility. I'm stepping out into a whole new way to live. So much waiting for me. The path is clear before me. I've got so much that I have yet to give. I'm stepping out and I'm committing to integrity. I'm stepping out, releasing every fear and doubt. The road just keeps on turning. At every turn I'm learning what this life is all about. I'm stepping out. Take it out. I'm stepping out. I'm stepping out. Have a great week.
Living Spirit, I am grateful. Loving Spirit, I am free. So many gifts upon my table, loving kindnesses to me. Living Spirit, I am grateful, loving Spirit, for the way, for this rich, abundant living every single day. And I give thanks for the knowing. I give thanks for the way your love is overflowing every time I pray. And I thank you, God, for one good day. Loving Spirit, I am free. So many gifts upon my table. Loving kindness says to me, living Spirit, I am grateful. Loving Spirit, for the way, for this rich, abundant living every single day. And I give thanks for the knowing. I give thanks for the way your love is overflowing every time I pray. And I